Book of Mathew, chapter 1, verse 1. A record of the descent of Jesus Christ, son of David, son of Abraham. Abraham begot the Isaac, Isaac and begot the Jacob, Jacob and begot the Judas and the brothers of him, Judas and begot Phares and the Zara by the Tamar, Phares and begot the Esrom. Esrom and begot the Aram and begot Aminadab, Aminadab and begot the Naasson, Naasson and begot the Salmon and begot the Boaz and the Rachab, Boaz and begot the Obed by the Ruth, Obed and begot the Jesse. Jesse and begot the David, the king, David and begot Solomon by the Urias, Solomon begot the Roboam and begot the Abia and begot the Asa and begot the Josaphat and begot the Joram and begot the Ozias and begot Jotham and begot the Achaz and begot Ezekias and begot the Manasseh and begot the Ammon and begot the Josias and begot Jeconias and the brothers of him, near the removal of Babylonia. After the removal Babylonia, Jeconias begot the Salathiel begot the Zerubbabel and begot the Abiud and begot the Eliakim and begot the Azor and begot the Sadok and begot the Achim and begot the Eliud and begot the Eleazar and begot the Mathan and begot the Jacob and begot the Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, that being named Christ. And all then, the generations from Abraham till David, generations 14, and from David till the removal of Babylonian, generations 14, and from the removal of Babylonian till the Christ, generations 14. Of now Jesus Christ the birth thus was, being espoused for the mother of him, Mary of the Joseph, before either came together, them she was found in womb, having by a Spirit holy. Joseph and the husband of her, a just man being, and not willing her to publicly expose, was inclined secretly to release her. This but of him thinking on, lo, a messenger of a Lord in a dream appeared to him, saying, Joseph, son of David, not that thou shouldst fear to take Mary the wife of thee, that for in her being formed by a Spirit is holy, he shall bear and a son, and thou shalt call the name of him Jesus. He for shall save the people of him from the sins of them. This and all that was done, so that might be fulfilled the word spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Lo, the virgin in the womb shall have, and shall bear a son, and they shall call the name of him Emmanuel, which is being translated with us, the God. Being aroused, and the Joseph from the sleep, he did as commanded to him. the messenger of our Lord, and took the wife of him. But not he knew her, till she brought forth the son of her, the firstborn, and called the name of him Jesus. Chapter 2. They and Jesus, being born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, lo, wise men from an east country came into Jerusalem, saying, Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw for of him the star in the rising, and are come to do homage to him. Having heard, and Herod the king was alarmed, and all Jerusalem with him. And having called together all the chief priests and scribes of the temple, he inquired of them where the anointed should be born. They said to him, In Bethlehem of Judea. Thus, for it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, land of Judah, by no means least art among the princes of Judah. Out of thee for shall come forth a prince, who shall govern the people of me, the Israel. Then Herod, privately having called the wise men, learned exactly from them the time of their appearing a star. And sending them into Bethlehem, he said, Passing on your way, exactly inquire about the infant, and as soon as you have found, bring a word to me, that I also, going, pay homage to him. They, and having heard of the king, departed, and lo, the star, which they saw in the rising, went before them, till, going, it stood over where was the infant. Seeing and the star, they rejoiced a very great. And being come into the house, they saw the infant, which Mary the mother of it, falling down, did make homage to it. And opening the treasuries of them, they offered to it gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, by another way they withdrew into the country of them. Having withdrawn but of them, lo, a messenger of our Lord appears in a dream to the Joseph, saying, Arising, take the infant and the mother of it, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there till I speak to thee. It about for Herod to seek the infant, to kill it. He then arising, took the infant and the mother of it by night, and went into Egypt, and he was there till the death of Herod, that might be fulfilled the word spoken by the Lord through the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt I called the son of me. Then Herod, seeing that he was mocked by the wise men, was enraged much, and sending forth he slew all the boys in Bethlehem, and in all the borders of her, from 2 years and under, according to the time which he exactly learned from the wise men. Then was fulfilled the word spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, A voice in Ramah was heard, lamentations and weeping, and mourning, great Rachel bewailing the children of her, and not is willing to be comforted, because they are having died. And of the Herod, lo, a messenger of our Lord in a dream appears to the Joseph in Egypt, saying, Arising, take the infant and the mother of it, and go thou into land Israel. They are dead for the seeking the life of the infant. He and arising took the infant and the mother of it, and came into land Israel. Hearing and that Archelaus was reigning over Judea instead of Herod, the father of him, he was afraid there to go, Being warned in a dream, he withdrew into the region of the Galilee. And coming, he dwelt into a city named Nazareth, that might be fulfilled the words spoken through the prophets, that a Nazarite he will be called. Chapter 3. In now the days, thus comes John the Dapper, proclaiming in the desert of the Judea, and saying, Reform ye, has come nigh for the majesty of the heavens. This for is he spoken of by Isaiah the prophet, saying, a voice crying out in the wilderness, Make you ready the way of the Lord, straight, make ye the beaten tracks of him. He and the John had the outer garment of him, hairs of a camel, and a belt made of skin around the loins of him. And food of him was locust and honey wild. Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Judea and all country about of the Jordan, and were dipped into the Jordan by him, confessing the sins of them. Seeing and many of the Pharisees and Sadducees coming to the dipping of him, he said to them, O broods of venomous serpents, who pointed out to you to flee from the coming wrath? Bring forth then the fruit worthy of the reformation, and not think to say in yourselves, A father we have, the Abraham. I say for to you that it is able the God out of the stones this, to raise up children to the Abraham. Now and even the axe to the root of the trees lies. Every therefore tree not bearing fruit good is cut down, and into a fire is cast. I indeed dip you in water into reformation. He but after of me coming, mightier of me is, of whom not am worthy the sandals to carry. You will dip in spirit holy and fire, of whom the winnowing shovel in the hand of him, and he will thoroughly cleanse the threshing floor of him. And he will gather the wheat of him into the storehouse, they but chaff he will burn up in fire inextinguishable. Then comes the Jesus from the Galilee to the Jordan to John, to be dipped by him. But John refused him, saying, I need to have by thee to be dipped, and thou comest to me? Answering unto Jesus, said to him, Permit now, thus for becoming it is to us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him, and having been dipped, the Jesus went up immediately from the water, and lo, were opened to him the heavens. And was seen the Spirit of the God descending like a dove and coming on him. And lo, a voice out of the heavens saying, This is the Son of the Beloved, in whom I delight. Then the Jesus was led into the desert by the Spirit to be tempted by the accuser, and fasting days 40 and nights 40. After he was hungry, and coming to him the tempter said, If a son thou be of God, speak that the stones these loaves may become. He but answering said, It is written, Not by bread alone shall live a man, but by every word proceeding from the mouth of God. Then takes him the accuser unto the holy city, and placed him on the wing of the temple, and says to him,